When I was a young kid, my grandpa had a truck farm in Fairfield, New Jersey. He grew tomatoes, he grew cucumbers, he grew peppers, and he would take it to the market in a truck to the Patterson Farm Market, and they'd park the truck, they'd rent a spot. I think Newark, New Jersey also had a place where they would go down, farmers would truck. People would walk and they'd sell mostly wholesale, but they would sell some retail. But people would buy whole baskets of tomatoes, back then they had baskets. Today, most of the tomatoes come in boxes. They'd harvest the stuff and then they'd work at night and they'd go till the middle of the night and then they'd come home and then they'd go work on the farm. During the Depression, they had chickens. Well, my father had chicken every night. When he got married to my mom, he didn't have chicken for 20 years because he had chicken through the whole Depression and he never wanted chicken again. A shoemaker, and how he became a truck farmer is beyond me, but he did. And my Uncle Ted took it over and he ended up growing vegetable plants for sale and also flowers. And when I first started in my garden center, I used to get 2 loads of flowers from my uncle every week. And he was the best grower that I bought from. He worked growing plants until he was in his 70s.
Well, you still grow plants?
Hmm?
You still grow plants?
Yeah, well, I grew a lot of plants over when the boys had the garden center. I grew mostly the herbs for them and a few vegetable plants. I tell you what, that seed in tomatoes is one of the toughest things in the world. You take that little seed and drop it in there and it's not easy. Most of the big growers have these commercial machines. They just put the seed and then it shakes and somehow it drops the seed down in.
That's right.
But we didn't do it that way at the garden center. I was one seed at a time.
What got you started in the garden center business?
I was doing landscaping, and I was always doing the Christmas trees. So the Christmas trees was a big part of it. So I started with the Christmas trees, and then from that, this fellow out on the highway on Route 46 in Rockaway was getting old and he wanted to retire, and he sold me the business very reasonable. So we started, and I brought my wife and my dad and my 2 kids along, and I started so long ago that when we first got mulch and peat moss, they were delivered on the floor. Today, everything's palletized and it's much easier. So you'd have a trailer load of peat moss come in and you'd have to unload it all by hand. Same thing with the bags of mulch. It would be like 800 bags of mulch on a trailer. And it's a lot easier to take that pallet jack, bring it out to the end, get your forklift and take your 30 or 40 bags at one time off 18 pallets in a trailer versus 800 bags by hand. Things, yeah. First load of topsoil I ever got, we unloaded by hand. But then again, everything became palletized and life became a little easier. You still, when you put it into people's car, you still had to do it one by one. Not very many people buy a pallet of mulch, but I did. Actually, I had a few customers. I had one fellow who used to buy 100 bags of cedar mulch twice a year, and I'd have to bring it to him. And the hardest part was just putting it where he wanted it, because we couldn't take the forklift with us. So we could load it on a truck or the trailer, but we had to hand unload it.